Welcome to the Hero Complex podcast. Today we have a barnstorming battle for you today. A legendary Japanese creator versus a legendary Japanese creation. That's right, it's Shinsuke Nakamura versus Paper Walls. Just joking. Play a theme tune. Welcome to Hero Complex, the podcast with the size hooch. Hero is the best one this week. With me, as always, is my constant co-host and the best comedian I know, Adam Green.
Hello. Thanks, Pat. Cheers.
And our special guest, the best comedian I know, Finlay Christie.
Yeah.
There was a delay there, sorry. Cut that out, Barney.
Correct. You got the name.
You got the name, but there was a delay. Cut that out, Barney. Barney is our editor who's not here.
Yeah.
And who's moving on to better and brighter things. So.
Yeah, he's retiring.
Yeah. He's been called up to do Mr. Beast.
No.
Yeah, really. He's editing that scene. Which I said don't do. I mean, it's a great paycheck, but I mean, morally.
Well, yeah. But also, he should know that this podcast is he should invest whilst he can in this.
Exactly. You invest in stuff when they're on the rise, not when they're at the top.
Exactly. When this goes stratospheric, he's already invested.
He's heavily invested.
Yeah, but this is like, pulling out of crypto in 2012.
Yeah, when people were still paying for pizzas with it.
Yeah.
Like with 11 cryptos or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing anyway, Finlay?
Not bad at all.
Lovely to have you on.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show, Finlay.
Of course.
I mean, you're a big viral presence. You know what our podcasts are.
I don't have a podcast, but I do my little sketches and stuff.
Yeah, and they're huge. They go right. How did you first realise that you were good at that and they were getting traction? Was it a surprise, or did you expect? I know what I'm doing here.
I started making them for fun in lockdown, really.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do stand up, and I still wanted attention. So I just started making little parody sketches, and then I know it was the algorithm that told me I was good at it.
Yeah. That's the right way to do it. Do it during the lockdown. I started just when everyone's got back to work.
Yeah.
And then no one had time for them.
Yeah.
Like what was Robert Mitchum was on Only Fools and Horses. Nobody wanted to watch that.
That was the sketches you were doing?
Yeah, constantly. I did 50 of them. And if you watch them out of order, they make sense. It's like a jigsaw.
I don't think any kids on TikTok have heard of Only Fools and Horses.
Or Robert Mitchum. I only know about him because I watched Cape Fear last week. He's in that, apparently.
Which one, the real one or the remake?
The first remake, the Robert De Niro one.
Yeah. Not the Simpsons one.
Not the Simpsons one. No.
Okay.
That's the only one I've seen. It's the Simpsons.
It's basically the same film.
It's like beat for beat, identical.
I know the scene in the cinema with the.
Yeah,
that's. There's even a rake scene in the Scorsese one.
A rake scene
where Robert De Niro just keeps stepping on rakes.
Oh, that's It's good stuff.
Yeah, but you've gone something from the digital to the very physical. You've just done cruise ship gigs.
Oh yeah.
I'm so interested in cruise ship. How was that?
They were good. They were a cruise. It's a liminal space.
Right.
And it's intriguing. It's like being on a little Vegas hotel on the sea. It's all like old Americans who, as old people are on cruise ships. It's like because it's like a sort of nursery for old people.
Yeah.
It's just all the activities that sort of keep them occupied. But honestly, they love nothing more than just to sit down
and watch you.
Yeah, just sit down.
Sit down.
Full
like
stop.
they'll just sit down in the piazza.
Yeah.
And just stare off into the
piazza,
distance.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's got a little courtyard thing,
Yeah.
and they just sit and they just with their partner and they just got in their head just Rolodex of like regret and
yeah.
I shouldn't have married her, shouldn't have come on the cruise.
I should have married a better shuffleboard player.
Exactly.
We'd run this cruise.
Pat and I do that. Yeah, we're always regretting our shuffleboard.
Well, the amount of times we've been beaten up because we're the shuffleboard sharks. we just play a game for fun. Do you want to expect? I'll bet you $5,000 will beat you next time.
Yeah, we do that. That's how we fund the podcast. Actually,
it's shuffleboard, like trivia. They love trivia.
Yeah.
80s trivia. They love a bit of karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you work that into your show?
Well, you do talk about stuff on the cruise. You've got to mock it. You've got to make fun of the whole environment. The thing that really made me laugh on the cruise was one went around Norway.
Yeah.
And I saw some people getting off in this small town in the fjords in Norway, getting off the ship, walking 100 meters, and getting on a boat tour.
Right.
You're on a boat tour, mate. We've just been on a boat tour for 3 days.
Yeah.
That boat's too big.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a more claustrophobic boat.
Yeah. Want the motor to be running at a kind of like higher rev rate.
I want to be able to feel the
The waves.
That's
Yeah.
what that Robbie Williams song's about. Angels. What is it like, the rules of a boat? Because I know it's quite strict. Like, if you work there, you can't go really fraternise with the guests.
Whoa, interesting. So I count as a guest entertainer. So I count as part crew, part guest.
Oh,
That's
right.
it. Okay.
So I am allowed to. I don't really feel at home in either the crew areas or the guest areas.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I do have to eat my breakfast and lunch amongst these scum that want to talk to me and.
The scum that can't wait to waste their child's inheritance.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the crew?
Yeah,
Like,
listen,
do you get paid a lot?
Listen, I killed a Nazi to get my house. You have to do the same.
It's the scum that want to blow their kids' inheritance, and then just the absolutely workhorse Filipinos that are on the ship 9 months out of the year,
constantly ironing and washing. And
no time off.
Yeah,
at all.
And they do that as a show as well, do they?
That is, just for me.
Yeah.
In the
I'd
bath.
love to see that show to see how they get the edges so crisp.
Yeah.
You know?
That would be like a new TikTok thing.
I've made a bed or two, literally just one or two in my time, but I've never got it that crisp on the edge. I really want to know. Is it starch?
This is an accurate simulation of like me trying to make conversation
Yeah.
with people in the crew areas.
Yeah. So you ever been to Jollibee? Jollibee. It's like what you eat, but we have it in Leicester Square.
The pasta at Jollibee is disgusting.
Yeah.
You ever had that?
It's rank.
It's horrible.
It's like chicken and pasta is their sort of main thing.
Yeah.
And purple yams.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. Is it eBay? Maybe? eBay?
It's called eBay.
Is it eBay?
I don't know.
Like IBE, it's like a purple yam that they have that's sweet and they have it with ice cream and stuff, which is quite nice. But
And
Jollibee
pasta.
is the queues out the door because Filipinos don't eat anything here, apart from the karaoke scene.
They ate at the karaoke scene.
Yeah, they ate and they slayed.
Yeah, they served.
They're the modern hunter-gatherers. Oh man, I wish I was this smart all the time. But yeah, so in being in that in-between place, did you get on with me? Scum who are on there, they're at the buffet. Instead of eating the nice stuff, they're getting another portion of chips. Do you get one more with the staff, or are they rejecting you because you're half guest?
There was one staff member that I sort of had a bond with.
Yeah.
We just fist bump each other every day.
Nice.
But in terms of guests, I just tend to feel quite self-conscious. You know how awkward it is. You don't want to stick around after a gig, but you've got to be on a ship
but
for
then you
3
can't go
days.
anywhere.
I can't leave.
Yeah.
I can't leave. So I've put my headphones in because I don't want people to come up and be like, "Why did you make a joke about 9/11?"
Yeah.
And then sure enough, they still do anyway.
Yeah.
So I was at breakfast and this woman was like clapping, snapping in front of me, and she goes, "You know that joke you did? Why did you feel the need to mention 911?" And I actually didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, "What do you mean 911?" Eventually, I realised 9/11, but I was like, "Thank God she's got the name of it wrong." Because I do not want to engage in this conversation. So I just pretended I didn't know what she was talking about.
That joke about 911.
Yeah.
What, like the boy band from the early noughties?
No, how to call the police. What do you mean? The number should be longer.
Yeah.
If you think you're in trouble, you should be able to memorise an 11-digit
Well, yeah.
number.
If you can't remember the name of the tragedy you're offended about, then
Yeah.
like,
Or is that like an American thing? Do they call it 911 because they don't even? Is it like the Voldemort of
It might
like
be a bit
New
like
York?
that.
Like they don't even want to say 9/11.
Yeah, they want to. Yeah, just call it 911
Yeah.
or not. Yeah, just like some
Yeah.
other.
What made you feel like you had to talk about LOCKERBIE?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
77.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God you can spell Lockerbie.
Is that what I spelled? I thought I spelled 9/11. So how long were you on the cruise? Sorry for asking too much cruise
I love
stuff.
we're just asking him about the cruise.
I'm so interested about cruise stuff.
Just before we
It's
start
interesting. It's you know it's
Do you have any money on the cruise, or are you just on tokens?
well all the food is free.
Yeah.
I did blow quite a bit of my fee in the casino.
Yeah.
Oh yes, they have a casino.
Yeah, they've got a casino, but it's only open at a certain time. But you can smoke at the tables.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I'd
good.
blow all my money now.
which makes the ship reek. Like there's just one area of the ship that stinks.
Yeah. Stinks of smoke and
Yeah.
regret.
I'm guessing
And
it's near,
because it's all carpet as well. It's an American ship.
Yeah.
It's all like Vegas,
Nice.
thick carpet, so you could really. The
I'm
smell
guessing it's
sticks
near the
around.
cheaper
Love that.
cabins.
It's not. It's near the piazza. It's near
Really?
the
Okay.
shuffleboard.
Yeah. Can you gamble on the shuffleboard?
I'm sure it's going on behind
Yeah.
You
closed
need to get on a
doors.
cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You probably get. I mean, it's
Couples discount. Couple of discounts. I want 2 discounts.
Then we might be able to afford it.
Yeah. And were you allowed to get off on the stops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can walk around.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can walk around. I explored Genoa quite a bit in Italy. Shithole.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
I heard it was alright.
It's a bit of a hole. It's
I've never heard anywhere in Italy that's a hole.
well. The ship is always going to dock at somewhere
At
that's
the
cheap
docks.
to dock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got you.
Exactly, but not a nice dock.
No.
The cruise ship dock, which is going to be in the not nice part of town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there are any nice docks, are there?
No, not really.
Go on.
Why would I?
List
I
all
have
the
no
docks
idea
you
about
know.
docks. Why would I say that? Actually, the dock of Lisbon in Northern Ireland is fucking incredible. I don't even know if there's a fucking coast in Lisbon. I just know that they spelt it wrong.
Southampton, docks aren't nice.
Southampton's a weird place.
Yeah,
It's got a very hot fuzz vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like there's a
you reckon?
secret there. No,
Genoa is like the Southampton of Italy.
Oh Christ!
Yeah,
they're not putting that on the poster.
No.
no.
Do they have their own Matt Letizia? Do you think? Just
Yeah, it's Matt Letizia. He's moved there. He's going to make the tin hats.
yeah.
Columbus is from Genoa,
Is he
so even he was like, "Fuck this place."
right? The guy who directed the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For Columbus, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
What
He's
life? He could discovered America and his second act directed Home Alone.
Which one was better? Well, he wouldn't have
America
been
or
able
Home
to.
Alone?
Yeah,
I'd say you couldn't have one without the other, Adam.
no, same.
Can have America without Home Alone.
America is kind of like the Home Alone of the British Empire.
Explain. No one say anything until you explain.
Well, we left them on their own, and then they set up a load of booby traps for us.
There's actually something. This has legs.
Yeah.
I thought that wasn't going anywhere either.
No,
but
me neither. I
was
mean,
alright.
to be honest,
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
Yeah, I won't keep going though. I feel like I've made my point.
Yeah. Right. Adam, you've been away recently. You went to Romania.
Yeah, man.
How was that?
Yeah, we haven't talked about that. Have you been to Romania?
I have.
You heard about this
I
place?
have, I have.
It's what did you do in Romania?
I went to I did a gig. I did a gig for a Romanian streaming service.
Oh, you did that gig?
Yeah, Roblox. Is that what you were doing?
No. I was doing something far weirder, which I'll tell you in a sec. Although, yeah. But how was the gig?
The gig was terrible. Absolutely bombed my bollocks off. Ate my lunch up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did go to the big. There was a woman there that tried to have a threesome with me and Mike Rice, and then
Nice.
No rice.
All right, yeah.
and then I went to the big palace, what's it called? The one where the big dictator lived. It's huge.
Right.
It's the heaviest building in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go there?
Nah.
No.
No. I went to the woods.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the heaviest woods in the
I was
world.
in Cluj. It was pretty heavy, man.
So the
Yeah. You been to Cluj?
Cluj?
Yeah.
No, was that?
That's Romania.
Oh, you didn't go to Bucharest. You went to
No. We flew out of Bucharest
Mm.
because we drove there. Hannah, my girlfriend, was like, we flew back to Stansted even though we flew out from Luton. She was like, they don't fly to Luton from Bucharest. You've got to go to Stansted. Anyway, we're waiting at the airport. A flight to Luton leaves 3 hours before ours. Much better time as well. It would have been so much better to have gotten that flight. Anyway, point being, went to
Trip
Cluj.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mainly-
particularly the trip bit.
It was mainly driving, to be honest. No, well, I went there with Hannah, my girlfriend, who is a ghost hunter.
Second mention in as many minutes.
Yeah,
So Hannah's your girlfriend, yeah?
I think so.
Cool.
For now, we'll see when this comes out. But
We're not re-editing it.
but yeah, so her Susie Priest, former guest of the podcast.
Her girlfriend.
Yeah, her
Hannah's
girlfriend,
girlfriend.
and then Susie's partner, who we won't name.
No.
They haven't lit it up or whatever the kids say.
They haven't
Anyway.
hard released it.
Yeah.
They haven't hard released
Launched
it.
it, hard
launched
launched
it.
it.
Hard
Hard
launched
launched,
it.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, they haven't hard launched it. We need to talk to Finlay because Finlay's a bit younger than us. He knows all the slang.
Hard release is how you Chris in a boat.
See, I thought I had a hard release every morning when I got up.
Yeah.
But,
see, this is... Oh, yes. That's great. That's great stuff.
keep that in, Barney. But yeah, so we were ghost hunting in Romania.
Yeah.
So we went.
Oh, now it's making sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we went to the woods, the most haunted woods in the world, and our tour
Well,
guide.
no, there's a more haunted one. The Japanese one.
Forest.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I guess
it
it's a
was-
forest.
Yeah, that's forest. This is
okay.
the woods. I don't
right.
know. No, we were in Hanoi Forest as well. Apparently, it's the most haunted woods in the world. That's what we've been told. Apart from this Japanese one, maybe. Japan. We're sort of covering that today, trying to make it relevant. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a tour guide. He turned up. He went, "I don't talk about ghosts." And we were like, "What? Are you scared about them?" He was like, "No, they don't exist." He was like, "It's not the most haunted forest in the world." He was like, "Nah, I've never seen a ghost. No one's ever seen a ghost here."
Yeah. Well, Romanians are not big, dreamers.
He really didn't sell it.
No.
Then he got out 2 pictures of a ghost and went, "Look at this ghost." And then said, "I've got lost. I don't know where we are." And then 3 hours later, we left the woods.
No way. He actually got lost.
Yeah, in the woods at
Was
night.
it a bit?
We can work it out, but he kept he was really playing the bit well, if that was true.
Yeah.
Because he was looking around when he didn't think anyone else was looking at him, like, this way, that kind of stuff. Nailed the accent there, I think, as well.
Well, if you are Romanian, get in touch. Let us know, A, if that is the most haunted forest in the world, and B, if you don't dream big. That was a wild statement there.
They don't.
They don't dream
They
big.
don't
They come over
even-
here just to build.
Even by Eastern European standards,
Yeah.
They don't.
They're very.
And slag off our bread. So your bread's too rocky.
Romanians.
Sometimes I want to Hover's best of both.
Every Romanian owns a house.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've got the highest rate of home ownership in the world
Oh, shit.
because of like communist.
Communist regime, yeah.
Yeah, so they just like everyone should have a house.
Yeah. It's weird what communism gave certain countries.
Yeah.
Romania, highest home ownership. Albania, most bunkers per person.
Yeah? That's
One
pretty good.
one bunker per every 11 people in Albania at its height.
Really?
Yeah.
What they doing in the bunkers?
Living, apparently.
Yeah?
Apart from the president who pretended to live there but actually lived above ground drinking champagne.
I was thinking golf.
Yeah.
Golf? No, it's very
That
hard
kind
to
of
drink
bunker.
that.
I see. Yeah.
He played champagne and he drank golf.
They've got so many golf courses in Albania. It's
Yeah.
unreal.
Well, yeah, because the top was completely untouched. All the bunkers are underground. That's why they don't have any tubes. You'd hit a bunker.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have any trains in Albania.
Do they not?
They have one for like the military. But-
One train.
Yeah, one train. It takes you from peace to war.
Right.
But I'm being metaphorical here, and also lazy because I've not looked it up. But there's no public trains.
No?
No.
All right. What do they
Drive, walk,
drive? Yeah. That's
stay,
better.
stay where they are.
Just stay in.
Yeah.
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 Where should we go? Can't.
Peace or war?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where should we go for summer holiday? Peace or war?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to jump on the train at the middle.
Yeah. We just go the bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go underground.
It's like, oh, my phone. But no, you can't go underground anymore. My phone's not working. Shut up. We're on a family holiday. We're supposed to get away from the phones.
They've got nice beaches in Albania.
Albania have great beaches.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. You been to Albania?
No, but I've heard the Albanians will tell you as well.
Yeah.
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 Oh, nice.
They'll tell you Albania. They'll tell you to be honest, I think Albania and Romania are two countries that do actually have really bad PR and are actually quite
I agree,
beautiful
yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Albania was beautiful when I went.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like now.
where were you in Albania?
Holiday.
With who?
A friend.
Bunker friend?
No, just friends.
Just a normal
I
friend.
don't have bunker friends. What's a bunker friend?
Friend who lives in a bunker.
Is that like a euphemism?
Well, I don't know. You
Because it
just
wasn't
said
that either.
They all live in bunkers. You just told me.
No, it just wasn't. No, she wasn't Albanian.
No, great.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a holiday for her, I suppose.
Yeah, I see these all the time.
Do you like traveling though?
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Yeah. Big fan of China.
China.
When I was younger, I wanted to move to China. That was my whole plan.
Yeah.
Any specific part?
Beijing. I wanted to live in Beijing, but I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared. That was only really the part that I went to. Apart from Shanghai, I wasn't a huge fan of.
What made you want to live there?
Well, I went there when it was like my first trip away. My friend went there to like study art or do an art project, and I just went with him. And it seemed like such an otherworldly, different place, and I was there and I just felt like I'm so far away from everyone at school that thinks I'm a loser.
Oh, God.
I was like, I can start a new life. Everyone thinks I'm amazing in China. Everyone's like, who's this?
You're
He's
tall.
He's got arm hair.
I was going to say tall.
Yeah. You know, when I taught at a school in China, you couldn't go to the they would follow you to the toilet because they want to see a dick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? What were you telling them in class about it?
I was saying the rumours are true.
It does come off at an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. How long did you do that for?
Not long, about a month. It was amazing
right.
though. It was so good.
Yeah, sacked.
Kept getting your cock out.
Dick.
Yeah.
They called them the mythical two streams.
I say they were rushing with me to the toilet.
Yeah.
I made the cloth in my toilet.
Yeah, it's like School of Rock if it ended badly.
School of Cock.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack Blackcock.
Yeah, how did he not get in trouble for like... he hadn't passed the CRB.
Well, even though my parents even said, I'm pretty sure I've touched your kids and they've touched me too. And that's when he gets chased out of the building. But Mr. Schneebly never touched us. It's pronounced Schneebly. That's in the delete scenes. How does it work with branded content? I mean, how much freedom do you get? Because you probably get a lot of offers.
None. You get none with branded, like, it has to be, you're essentially making a piece of like children's entertainment.
Yeah.
You like they cut, so much stuff. That
I assume it's a lot of notes.
It's like, I think I had to do every take like 4 times.
Yeah.
Because they were like, you can't say that. But I'm in my mode. I'm in comedian mode. I'm like, and also if it's something where you're supposed to be serious, your instinct is like, let's fuck this up.
Yeah. Break the tension.
Yeah, but like, and obviously Baba's amazing at that. Babatunde is like, the camera switches on and he immediately goes into presenter mode and he knows exactly the tone. But I'm not. I'm used to making stuff for myself.
Yeah.
So I have no ability to like self-censor.
Yeah.
So I'm everything I'm saying. They're like, the director's like.
Yeah. Love the energy, Finlay.
Yeah, exactly.
Really great, but can we just get again without the funny stuff, please?
Don't talk about.
Yeah. Can you cut out all the racial slurs?
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So
don't say that. Yeah. Don't. There was literally one point where I was like,
great, you know about the Easter Rising, but let's not mention that.
Well, yeah, you can't bring anything political.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what did you say the one time?
So, and I can't remember. I said so much stuff.
My favourite show is Londonderry Girls.
Yeah, exactly. That like stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
minor unless you're Irish or the people who paid you to do an advert.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it you, Babatunde? Just you two?
Just us two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely guy, Babatunde. He's amazing.
I've heard he's incredible. I've never met him, but I've heard he's quite a joy.
He's he's sweet. Quite a jog, did you say?
Joy.
Oh, joy. Yeah.
Quite a jog. Yeah, he's fucking hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one way you look at Babatunde, but he's hard work.
Yeah.
Fucking diva.
But one thing Baba does is annoying is every other sentence is about his wife.
Yeah.
He loves.
It's like Borat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just loves his fucking wife.
Yeah.
That's
kind of nice.
But I bet in the midst of it, annoying.
I'm slagging mine off not being able to book flights to Luton. Not even my wife.
Yeah. Why am I going to Luton?
Girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
My girlfriend. She found us some ghosts. We didn't find any ghosts.
No. Have you ever found any ghosts? Because you've been to quite a few of these shows.
Been to quite a few ghost hunts here. Never found a ghost.
Yeah, it's almost like the premise is fucked.
Well, no, I think actually if the girls find a ghost, then that's it. It's done. It's proven.
Well, that episode will never be released, and you'll be shut down by.
We'll have like a
CIA.
thing in our neck, just injected by someone dressed in a black suit, and we'll just be taken away in a van.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to fake it? Like.
All the
On the
time,
podcast.
but enough about the
Okay.
ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Some things are genuinely scary. Like it's mainly actually like locals in these weird little towns that are very real and terrifying. Like when we were out in Romania, there was just shotguns going off.
Yeah, apparently they kill dogs over there like willy nilly, like straight because they have a stray dog problem. This is according to Wiki Travel. Like, if you they say don't bring a dog to Romania, because if it's not on a leash at one point, the people just shoot it and they won't get prosecuted. So I don't think a good story.
I'd seen plenty of stray dogs in Romania,
So
but
the
maybe
problem might exist.
maybe the problem's there definitely. But yeah, because they bring a load of Romanian dogs over here. This is so off topic, but the topic is Godzilla. But
We don't know that yet.
we do know that. So anyway,
That's in the title of the podcast.
yeah, yeah. They bring Romanian dogs over here, like because people are like, oh, don't shoot them. Bring them over here, and then they don't know how to act.
Even dog immigration from Eastern Europe is
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah.
My mate's dog got attacked by a Romanian dog,
Yeah.
and it got like really fucked up.
It's a pandemic, man.
Yeah.
I went to my job one day. I'm a quantity surveyor. I'm at Dex. There was a Romanian dog. Tapping away. So now I'm just going to go into the bounty site. No, he's going to the bounty site.
Yeah.
To make sure they only use one sheet.
Stop the carry kennels.
Romanian dogs, they're actually, you only need to give them half as many dog biscuits. They'll work for half as many as a British dog.
Yeah.
Some fat British bulldog,
Yeah.
just dragging its belly
Oh,
along the
fucking
ground.
get it, love.
Yeah, just dragging its nuts on the ground,
Yeah.
chasing after a stick. Whilst the Romanian dog's already
Yeah.
got it and brought it
Yeah.
back.
It's
Meanwhile,
got
News
four
Light keeps
sticks.
trying to understand this fat dog.
Yeah.
That's because it's part of the red wall. Like, why doesn't this fat dog like Labour anymore? They don't represent me anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, seen loads of dogs.
So many
Didn't see
dogs.
any get shot, but I did hear a lot of shooting and see a lot of stray dogs. So maybe
No.
I heard a dog get shot.
Where's
But
the
yeah,
next-
that was quite scary. You asked if we'd ever seen anything weird, and that was quite like kind of guns going off in the
Yeah.
middle of
Yeah,
a
that is
forest
scary.
on our own. Before we met the tour guide, who then explained this was the thing, right? He tried to turn it into a nature walk in this forest. He kept pointing out trees, like, "Oh, this one's spirally." I'm like, we don't give a shit. And he was like, "No, there's no explanation for this." And he's like, "Look, there's one cut down over here." And it's like, "Is there an explanation for this?" Like, he made it seem like it was.
You didn't find like an actual ghost tour guide. You just
Yeah, no, he said he did paranormal and ghost tours.
oh right.
Yeah, and then he went, "Oh, this tree's been cut down,"
Oh.
and we went, "Oh, like, is that like
A ghost.
unexplained? Was that a ghost?" He went,
Yeah,
"No,
yeah.
it's the owners of the forest that cut
Oh,
it
right,
down."
yeah.
Like, all right, well, why are you showing us this? Then he was like, "Oh, I seen an alien." Like in the forest, and then he pointed. He went. Do you remember Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh yeah.
He pointed at a tree that looked had a face vaguely like Groot. You know, like, you motherfucker! You're sneaking in more tree content into this paranormal tour. He pointed at 8 different trees. They all had the same spiral.
You had no follow-ups about the spirally one?
The spirally one, he said there was no
It seems like a
explanation
highlight. You
for.
remember the spirally one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it spirals. So what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what that means.
yeah. It doesn't go like that.
I thought it was a
That
traditional
would be-
Romanian word.
No.
It's meant big.
He also said, you know the trees that grow up and then go at a right angle and then grow up
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And he went, well, they're not from here. And we went, what? He went, well, everyone thinks they're from here. And we went, are they from here? He went, no. So he debunked a myth we didn't know existed, which was exciting.
Did he? Was he the one that told you this forest was haunted? Did you know? Did he just email you? I am big fan of Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
I'm listening
I-
every week.
I haunt forest.
Yeah.
No, he
I love Hero Complex, and you're my way into. That's my way into Ghost Hunt.
he did paranormal tours. You'd expect it to be like ghosts.
Yeah.
And then when first thing he said was, I don't talk about ghosts. Then showed us pictures of ghosts. It was very hard to follow. But anyway, subscribe to that on the Ghost Hunt Patreon and you'll see it.
Yeah.
Probably
If you
won't
have
see
to,
that bit.
sack off subscribing to our one. Go on that one.
Yeah, you're only allowed one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Before we get into our main debate, because we've talked about Finlay and how much you love travel, is there somewhere on the list that you've yet to go to? Are you dying to?
Of places to travel to.
Yeah, what's top of the list at the moment?
India. I want to go India.
yeah.
Oh, India's anywhere specific because India's massive. You can't just say India.
I like big bustling cities. So
And you
Right,
cannot
yeah.
lie.
Mumbai is calling me.
Yeah.
But the only thing with India is like
Mumbai call. Sorry. Go on.
I don't know if it's like a big. I like to go out. I like to experience the nightlife.
Yeah.
In places, and if you go out at night in Mumbai, is it not just going to be all dudes?
I think it is, but also you never know. I always go on Wiki Travel before I go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like the Mumsnet site. It just fearmongers you. It's like, oh, you'll be dragged into a nightclub and forced to pay €60 for a drink at gunpoint.
Yeah.
I think you just have to experience it. I've never been. I know this. I'm privileged. I'm a straight white guy who's huge. I've never had trouble anywhere.
No, I bet.
No one's had to force you to buy a drink.
No one's forced me to buy a drink. It'll take 5 of them to get me in the van.
Yeah.
I'm skint.
Even
what are we robbing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, we might as well just nick a bag of flour.
Is there anywhere you felt unsafe in the world? Anywhere you?
The women's changing room. We'll be right back after this. This is a hotly contested battle. You probably had to battle in your very own home. Today we are having
Hayao Miyazaki
versus
Godzilla.
what a battle? A Japan finale. Though the podcast will exist next week. Finlay, when were you first aware of Hayao Miyazaki? Why is he your hero? What made you choose him? Tell us about you and your history with this creator.
I would have watched Studio Ghibli or Ghibli or whatever the least pretentious ways of saying
Ghibli's.
it. Yeah, Studio Giblets when I was a little kid watching My Neighbor Totoro, watching Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle. It's the Japanese Disney, and they're beautiful films, absolutely beautiful, amazing soundtracks. And it's just a barrage. Yeah. It's a feast for the senses. A Miyazaki film.
Very well. And what was the first one you saw? Did you see in order?
It would have been Totoro. It would have been my
Cat Bus.
Cat Bus, exactly.
The translation was. I went to cinema and asked for a ticket for Cat Bus.
Yeah.
Unless they completely translate and lose all meaning, I refuse to watch them. So there's Wind Guy, Cat Bus. I've not seen them.
What's Cat Bus?
Cat Bus is My Neighbor Totoro. He's a nice cat who turns into a bus.
He turns into a bus?
Well, not quite. You really haven't seen the... Is that the Japanese title or something that you're translating? Or?
No, is that not the Cat Bus one?
No, it is the Cat Bus one, but it's not about a cat that turns into a bus.
That's just part of it.
No. There's not. It doesn't. There's no shape shifting at any point.
Well, there's a cat and there's a bus.
No. It is a cat bus.
Yeah, Cat Bus.
Yeah,
but there's no transformation. He's just a cat bus.
It's just a cat bus.
But there's the other big fella. Is that Totoro?
That's Totoro. Yeah. He's not.
Join me on the cat bus.
He's just a big bloke in the woods.
But he's not the cat bus.
It's actually Adam on his trip.
Yeah.
Be careful, you might see a big cat bus. Does he transform into the cat bus? You've not been here before, have you? No, Totoro is not the cat bus.
Well, he's on his back. In the woods, and he's just got the kids come and they clamber on his belly.
Yeah, because he's a Snorlax.
And it's that then the bus.
No,
the cat
that's
bus
the
is
separate cat bus.
There's many creatures in the forest. There's many creatures.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ghost hunters will probably come in there and just ghost bust all of them.
Yeah, they're just going to talk about...
The Romanians would just shoot them all.
Cat bus makes me feel good. But Godzilla, Adam, why have you chosen Godzilla? What's happening here, mate?
What's happening here? I'll tell you what's happening here. Let me tell you about Godzilla. First created in 1954 in Japan somewhere. That is the bastardized English version. Don't worry about what I've got written on my screen. That is the bastardized English version pronunciation of...
The bastardized English pronunciation is... No, I can't really do it, but you know what it is.
Yeah. I think he's... They've sort of turned him into a hero in the modern day films.
Which is a force of nature to begin with, wasn't it?
He's kind of like a force of nature. Originally, he meant kind of like nuclear war. It was sort of like an allegory for that. Now he's more like a allegory for big tech conglomerates taking over like science.
Yeah,
I think.
A change I'm not really happy with. But.
Yeah. Have you seen the latest one? Have you seen some of these films?
I haven't seen a single Godzilla. I'm aware of him as an entity, but
some of them are actually surprisingly good. Recent one, the last one was dog shit, but
because he's now crossing over with King Kong, so they're now mates.
What was he actually an allegory for? Is it
the nuclear power? And
originally
bombs.
it was Hiroshima, but nowadays it's like it's the stories are about essentially tech conglomerates getting involved with like military and like
So it's
science
satire?
tech. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Basically.
Yeah. It's satire, but a big fucking dinosaur smashes the shit out of you at the end.
Yeah.
It's the best of both worlds.
Heavy-handed satire.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's quite subtle. Like,
I've only just realised it's satire now you've said it. So yeah. So it's it's pretty subtle. Yeah, he's a force for good, ultimately protecting the world against other kaiju.
But doesn't he just smash shit up, Godzilla?
Well, no, he comes out when there's like an inequilibrium. Yeah.
well, the disturbance of the equilibrium.
Yeah, in nature, like normally by like Mothra or something, who's like a big fucking moth. He'll come out and be like, "Hey, Mothra, I'm gonna kill you," and then he'll wrestle with Mothra. Then he'll go back into the sea, basically.
Yeah.
But when like humans are
He doesn't come out
disturbing
unless he's
nature,
disturbed.
he comes out and like he'll fuck that up. Like if they're playing with nuclear weapons and like the later
Stop
ones.
that.
Yeah.
He's like the Al Gore of kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll come out, he'll like stamp on some stuff, and then they'll go back in the sea.
Yeah. I mean, two icons of cinema here. I'm Miyazaki, but what do you think is going to leave a lasting legacy? Because it's two very different types of film. There's the epic, mega blockbuster film of Godzilla, and there's a touch and carry animation of Hayao Miyazaki.
I would argue they're also blockbusters.
Okay, that's interesting.
Huge films.
They didn't do like shit at the box office. They did loads.
Yeah.
Even the most recent Boy and the Heron did loads.
Yeah. I mean, they've made huge. Despite Hayao Miyazaki believing that all art made for profit is shameful.
Which is why he's kind of cool.
Well, he's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Hayao, can I defend him on a level of coolness?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
He is badass. I mean, he's committed himself to perfection and beauty to such an extent that he is miserable. He is like
Really?
just this depressed, like chain smoking, like fucking wreck.
Yeah.
Who thinks that like, there's no like he because he animates every frame by hand in all his films.
Himself.
Well, he'll do some of it himself. I'm sure he's got like a team.
I think he does the front stuff. The backgrounds are done by his team.
Yeah.
Right.
But then people ask him like, why do you why not just do it? And he's just like, this is art. You have to do it. He believes that like anything you do with technology, you're cheapening it, and it's just you should be. He thinks it's an insult to humanity.
Japanese artists are so odd. Well, I don't know if odd's the right word, but they're so dedicated like that.
So
I mean, manga artists, they all die with like nothing left in their wrists.
Yeah.
Because they have to draw 20 pages of comics every week. With very little help, and they refuse to use technology like Miyazaki, and that's drawing one picture in a week. But then action shots are doing it, and then they have a bit of team to fill in the background or whatever, or they leave it bare. But then they all have like carpal tunnel syndrome. They all get depressed.
Oh yeah.
None of them leave the house.
Yeah, and Miyazaki has openly called anyone who is into anime a fucking freak.
Yeah.
He's like, if you're into Japanese animation, you are probably a weirdo that is not comfortable around other human beings.
Yeah,
Right.
he's also who's the one who does Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding? Kojiro?
Yeah,
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Well, he's like that, except he's embraced it, and he just DMs, famous actors, go, "Would you like to be in the new game?" I need to see an upskirt. Me and Mads Mikkelsen will be around your house.
Yeah,
Like
So
he's badass.
So he hates his fans, like.
I don't think he hates.
I think he just feels a compulsion to make beautiful things.
Yeah.
It makes him miserable, but he's got a commitment to beauty.
Yeah.
And it's the fulfillment that kind of keeps him going. But then every time he makes a film, he goes, "That's it, I'm done. That whole process made me miserable. I need to stop." And then he just does it again.
And it's so fun, like the Japanese stuff with the voices, intricately made.
Yeah.
And then the American one is like Liam Neeson as Ponyo.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is it? It just makes no sense. It's just like you just get Hollywood stars to it. And somehow kind of worked. But I guess in the opposite to that, Godzilla blockbuster films, can they be art? Have you found any of them to be art?
I think the original ones, when it is just kind of pure, it's just pure lizard walking through city. It's kind of artistic how they're put together because it's literally a man in a rubber suit in Japan. Just stamping on little model buildings, and that was
intricately made. By people. Made
probably with people with carpal tunnel as well. Made these buildings. They had to make 20 a week forever, and then someone's just stood on them. I think, like, actually, as films to watch, they're kind of shit, like the original ones.
Yeah.
Because have you ever watched like
the old ones?
But have you ever watched an old film where like buffs will be like, oh, this is the greatest film ever made.
Citizen Kane.
Yeah, and you watch it and you're like, this is
You're not a fan of the Kane?
Well, I just started watching it and it's like the first like
it's
10 minutes
slog.
It's just like text.
Yeah. It's like when you read classic literature and you need the spark notes by you.
Oh yeah.
That's what Citizen Kane's like. I think it's a good film, but despite itself.
Yeah, but like it's not. You'd much rather watch Dude, Where's My Car?
Exactly.
Because
like
the narrative made sense.
Billy Madison.
Like,
what does my tattoo say? Godzilla. What does mine say? Fucked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd much rather watch a modern day blockbuster that's got all the CGI or whatever, and
it's debatable. But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Puts it like when you watch like fucking Fistful of Dollars. And they're not even trying to like say the right words. They're talking in Italian and it's dubbed over.
Is it one of those things where like, because Godzilla, the film, much more people are aware of Godzilla as a thing than have seen the film.
Yes, I would agree.
It's quite an influential archetype of monsters.
Yeah. I like how you're defending my hero before
No, this is
more than me.
It's more interesting than you two fighting. I hate when you two fight.
But yeah, I wonder how many other big monsters have been influenced by Godzilla. Was he the original? Like King Kong, was that Godzilla inspired?
So King Kong predated him. Okay. So King Kong was like
30s,
early 30s. Yeah,
that's a good black and white film.
Yeah, but again, watch the whole thing.
I know
it's not.
I'm never going to watch the whole thing again.
And isn't it about racism? Isn't it about? But that's the allegory.
It's about a big gorilla who climbs a building, Finlay,
to steal a white woman.
Stop seeing things that aren't there.
He climbs an Empire State Building to steal a white woman.
It's about why it's okay to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Everyone was. Everyone was white in the film.
Well, I told you that's what these people do. Yeah, we gave him a nice pair of chains and he fucking flew off the handle.
Yeah, maybe it is about racism. Yeah. I never thought about
maybe in the back of all these white creators' heads was. By the way, I don't know if the director of the original King Kong was white.
I reckon
I'm guessing.
But yeah, no, he's inspired a lot of kind of disaster. It was the original disaster movies. I don't think you get Armageddon or Dante's Peak without Godzilla. You know, that's how...
You don't get Dante. Yeah, you don't get Dante without Godzilla.
I mean, you're probably right, but that's one amazing sentence. without the old Japanese Godzilla films, we would never have got Dante's Peak. And what a shame that would have been.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you do. Like, it was the original, oh my God, something's come to get us.
Yeah.
We need to do something.
Let's say each of you are you teach a film studies class. You want to impress the Gen Z. They don't know nothing from nothing. They ask from the outback. They're pretentious. Are you playing an old Godzilla film, or maybe a new Godzilla film, or a Miyazaki Studio Ghibli film to impress them?
I'm definitely putting on old Godzilla.
Yeah.
Or I would teach a class about how actually they're basically the same film but in reverse.
Right.
So one of them is about a monster coming and terrorizing a load of people, who are living in their homes, and the other one is about some children brutally disturbing a monster who's just trying to sleep in the woods.
Yeah.
Bouncing on his belly.
Yeah. Wait for the cat bus.
Using him as a vehicle.
Yeah.
So he is the vehicle.
Yeah.
We really need to go away and watch this.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's great. It's great. But the thing about them is
Stop moving my castle.
Yeah, you never really remember the plots of any of them because it's not about that.
You just remember how good the food looks.
See,
exactly.
I always struggle to follow them, to be honest, Studio Ghibli.
They're hard to follow, but it's not the point. The point is you just get fucked up and you just watch them.
I thought I was just an idiot.
I struggle to follow any bus. apparently.
Yeah.
I don't even
Never
get the
mind cat
bus.
bus.
Yeah, couldn't relate.
But Adam, you're there. You got your beret on. You're smoking cigarettes.
I go,
These Gen Z, like, you can't smoke here. Well, they're having like a spag ball vape. Are you putting on an old Godzilla or are you putting on a Ghibli?
just sidebar, Pat is convinced that all the kids are now smoking savoury vapes.
French onion soup, spag ball,
Yeah.
marble.
I like that. Yeah. The Stormzy
Well, they're not
meal
anymore.
in a
Not
vape.
anymore, thanks to Starmer banning them. When will you let us be free, kids?
Starmer banned the sweet ones, to be fair. So they might all now be like carbonara or roast
Carbonara
beef.
vape would be,
Yeah.
That would be. You'd never need to eat again.
No.
Sashimi vape.
Yeah, could get off the Ozempic finally. If I'm just
Sashimi vape, I think that's a drag act.
vaping all my
Yeah.
vaping all my calories. Yeah. So right, you're a film student. You go, you're a film
You're a film teacher, lecturers.
lecturing some kids. I go, listen to me, watch this, and then you put on Matthew Broderick's 1996 film Godzilla.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
starred in the 1996
Did he?
one. Yeah,
Ferris
yeah.
Bueller.
Ferris
Him,
Bueller.
Hank Azaria.
On one of his days on, he was in that with Hank Azaria. Thanks, man.
Never do anything like that again.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day On.
Yeah.
Fuck
Godzilla.
off.
That's the alternative title.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, he actually
Bueller's
used.
Day Off.
Am I working today?
They
Yeah.
bought it.
Yeah, so he used that as actually a bit of a launch pad to get Inspector Gadget made. So
What are launch pads?
you know, again, if you don't have Godzilla, you don't have Inspector Gadget,
Yeah.
and it's
I'd
subsequent
show Gen Z
sequel.
Inspector Gadget. Fucking show them that film. See,
I
see how
remember
hard
that.
it is to make a film.
I remember Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
He's yeah.
that's your sort of time, isn't it?
Yeah, with the car that speaks Drive.
The car that speaks. Was that actual Gadget in Inspector Gadget?
Yeah. They had a drive talking car.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an allegory for spaghetti
Fracking.
bolognese.
Does he wear? He sort of wears like a flasher coat.
Yeah, the
Inspector
trench
Yeah.
coat. Well, that's from the cartoon, which were a more innocent time where you could just be Inspector Gadget with that.
Yeah.
You could wear a
That's
trench
just got
coat.
gadgets under it.
Yeah.
Who goes around with a young blonde girl and
Yeah.
it not
His
be a
niece.
problem.
His niece.
Yeah, who's Kirsten Dunst.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is,
so
yeah.
if you don't have Godzilla, you don't have
Is it
Inspector
Kirsten Dunst or Michelle
Gadget, and then you
Spider-Man?
don't have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the car goes, I only got 2 speeds, faster. Whoa, what was that? And he faces off against Professor Claw by Rupert Everett,
Yes, Rupert Everett, yeah.
whose main henchman is Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I remember all of that? Can never get my mum's birthday right. But I remember the quote for the car.
You can quote all the talking cars, actually, Pat. It's one of his skills.
Yeah.
Do Kit from Knight Rider.
I've never watched Knight Rider.
That's what Kit says in Knight Rider. Doesn't he?
Yes.
Come on, we went to that improv class. Let's use it.
You're losing me here.
Yeah, you were losing him. Great,
Yeah.
get back to it. Ask him a different
Flatlining.
question.
Reference flatlining.
Yeah, no, I'm Kit from Knight Rider. Welcome to the beach. I'm a dentist. That's how improv works, right?
Yeah. Go back to the questions. We'll cut all that out.
Right, the question, we'll cut all that. Thanks
And
for
I'm
that.
supposed to defend mine. I'm not supposed to say that Adam.
Well, I think it's just
No,
a discussion. Give a fuck.
Yeah,
All right.
This podcast can be whatever we want.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're doing great, man.
It's not like Visit Island has told us, Visit Godzilla has told us to be something about it. It's fine. And that's not an insult. I wish I had your Visit Island money.
was
Then I
it
could
was
use
decent
it. You could
wage.
use it to
Good
Visit
bag.
Island.
It was
Good
decent.
bag.
It was actually better than expected.
Really?
Nice.
Good vig?
It wasn't.
Good
Yeah,
vig?
it wasn't
Nice.
bad.
But no, it's crude to talk about money.
But not enough to for me to defend Ireland continuously.
Yeah. But no, it's crude to talk about money. If you created your thing, how much money do you think you'd have? Like,
If you,
if you were the creator of Godzilla, you were the creator of
Yeah.
the Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Let's say starting now, who do you think would come out on top if these creations were started today?
Ooh, a lot of licensing stuff for Godzilla. Although would
Yeah.
they make?
Well, no, it's not like you're starting flat. It's not like you've nicked it. You
So
invented
what-
Godzilla today. You invented Studio Ghibli
today?
Today.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got to bring back Godzilla in a way that feels relevant and up to date.
Yeah.
Would he be like an ISIS?
So Godzilla would be like
9/11 thing.
an allegory for like incels or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, that's strong actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes around
That's adolescence Godzilla.
destroying sororities.
Destroying women's only gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Yoga studios.
Yeah.
A kid that's been rejected from an all women's yoga lesson, like 'cause it's all women's yoga, goes, he hacks and he finds like some file, Godzilla.zip,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the CIA opens it, and that's Godzilla comes out. He controls it through that.
Yeah. I think we've actually written a better film than Godzilla versus Kong.
And that's also better than Adolescence as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine someone standing up in Parliament saying we need to watch the incel
Yeah, we need to watch
remake of
Godzilla
The
versus-
Green Godzilla.
Yeah, Bad Neighbors 3.
Yeah, so I think Godzilla could probably. I don't know. Godzilla nowadays, if it was created
It's still
today,
making bank.
but you're saying if it was created today,
Yeah. Oh, do you
How
think a
much
lot of the
would
money
it be?
makes now is because of nostalgia?
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
A
absolutely.
big brand.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make
Yeah.
a big Godzilla remake soon.
Well, they've tried it twice recently with
Oh,
Shin
really?
Godzilla. There's a guy who's been remaking a lot of Japanese properties.
Yeah,
Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and Shin Kamen Rider. Shin Kamen Rider slaps. Watch that. And Godzilla -1, which is sort of like a reboot. And apparently that was amazing.
yeah, but those were the Japanese ones.
Yeah. American guy.
I only
Who
watched
beat
the
it? Christopher
American
Eccleston. Is that fucking Godzilla?
ones. Yeah, so I think
Sheridan Smith has-
Studio Ghibli is clearly like its own.
Well,
Kind
what
of
would
thing,
Sheridan Smith
isn't
look
it?
like today? Would it be hand-drawn animation? Would it be like, How to Train Your Dragon animation? What are we talking?
What, Hayao Miyazaki?
Well, if you did Studio Ghibli stuff. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still do. They still stand by their original methods. They do.
Yeah.
But now
all
you're
hands-on
running
stuff.
it.
Yeah, well, now I'm in charge. I would probably still make them. I mean, I can't draw for. If I
No.
was in charge of the actual animation,
Yeah.
the next few
Just
films
hire him,
would
yeah.
not sell well.
When was the last time you drew anything?
Oh, good question.
That's
I
not too
drew
personal.
a diagram of three stick figures having a threesome to show someone what my ideal threesome configuration would be.
And what would that look like?
My ideal threesome configuration is me. There's a woman in front of me in sort of the traditional. It's called doggy style,
Oh yeah,
and then
Yeah.
she's kind of munching the box of a woman who is legs spread out, sort of missionary box munching
lapping
someone
up, yeah.
else.
Right.
And I explained that very clearly, as I've just done to you,
Yeah.
to my two friends in the pub, and they couldn't even picture it.
So you drew that,
So I drew it. Yeah,
and did they then get it?
yeah. They were like, that's probably the ideal.
Well, there must be misandrists.
Yeah, well, one of
I
them.
can't imagine
Yeah.
the pleasure of a woman.
One of them was a woman,
Oh,
Right.
Well, even worse.
and she was describing a threesome that she had, and she was like, it was a bit awkward because you had to take it in turns, and I was like, you don't have to take it in turns.
No.
You don't take it in turns at all. And she was like, well, yeah, you do. And I was like, no, this is how you do it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, taking it seems that one woman's just doing nothing. Unless it's a devil's threesome, in which case all holes are accounted for.
Well, her point was there's only one
One penis.
penis.
Yeah. But you can have the other one where the man's lying down,
But there's also...
one's on the head,
Yeah.
and one's on the other head,
That's another great
Yeah.
configuration.
And there's also the biggest sexual organ,
and they're
the
like
brain.
high-fiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like Pat's thinking.
So one second, then hand up my nose,
Yeah.
touch the brain.
All right.
Probably with a big finger thing that I've invented. The other one's fucked off. It's just someone poking my brain.
I thought you
So
said.
enough so I think I'm having a threesome. Animate that, Miyazaki. I thought it was a motorcycle guy. Until about an hour ago. I thought it was Kawasaki.
I see. I thought when you said, "Oh, the brain's like the biggest organ," you
Yeah,
were
my
just gonna,
throbbing
like,
5-inch brain.
Yeah, it was just going to give him like riddles to solve or something.
I'll give him something.
Solve this. Yeah. How did we get onto threesomes?
Drawings.
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 If
of
I was in
course.
charge of,
Yeah.
if I was in charge of Studio Ghibli, that would be my one.
I have a team of animators that's drawing the threesomes out.
I've been making hentai.
No, we're nearly there.
No, this woman in the middle, she turns into a quad bike,
Yeah.
and then that one's a sort of winged albatross thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just want to know where the dick is on all these creatures that you draw. Where's the dick on the cat bus?
Yeah. That's the gear stick.
Does it have a cat's arsehole? Does it have the sort of cheekless cat's arsehole? Does that have some sort of bus function?
Yeah. Does it run
That's
on
my
hydrogen?
that's my opening question on Bumble. Where is the cat bus's arsehole? And I can't elaborate because she has to respond first. Damn you, Bumble! I wish to elaborate. Godzilla has many a villain in the thing. You know, you got Mecha Godzilla, you got Mothra, you got King Gamora, as well as the human race. Within the Studio Ghibli canon, who do you think's, you know, it doesn't really have a villain thing. It's all very calm stuff. Is that to its detriment? I mean, they're all great films.
There are villains in Ghibli, I think.
As I've said before, I've not watched them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like Jafar in one of them.
They're like dark forces.
Come here, cat bus.
They're not directly antagonistic.
Yeah.
They represent sort of dark magic and spirits, and you know, like in Howl's Moving Castle, it's a witch who curses the main character, but then that curse eventually becomes a good lesson for the main character. So it's
That's nice.
You know, it's the antagonist is really to sort of, and then they become friends at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's just friends with the witch.
Yeah.
Like hanging out playing Madden. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's basically like Wicked, isn't it?
Okay.
That's what they do in
Yeah.
Wicked,
Yeah.
Defying gravity with a sick Hail Mary into the end zone. I'm wasted on this. I should be on Radio 3, where everyone's silent. No, but two cultural icons.
Yeah.
I think we're time for a final argument, unless we have something you want to bring to that I haven't brought up.
We haven't covered any of our like normal. This has all been quite artsy. Like,
Well, do you want to do the usual shit?
yeah.
We can't. All right.
Who would
what
win
do we
in a
like-
fight?
No, we can't do who would win a fight. But let's do this. What would it be like to be married to your hero? Feeling like your spouse is Hayao Miyazaki while you think of something to do with this massive monster.
You'd be fucking miserable if you're married to.
He's
Hayao.
never there.
He watched the screening of his son's first film. He refused to watch it
Right.
for ages, being like, no, he's not ready. I'm not watching his film. And then he watched it and just came out and just was literally just chain smoking, so stressed. And then they asked, like, what did you think of it? He refused to say anything. They were like, what did you think of your son's film? It's bad. That was all he said.
What?
It's bad.
No.
Yeah. He was just humiliated.
Is this a film that was like wide release or?
Yeah, it was quite a big film. Yeah.
Was the general thing like it was bad? Like I don't know if it's worse if it's a good film and he says it's bad. If it's a bad film and he says it's bad.
I don't know, but it probably
That's
wasn't.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be a good member of the family unit.
Comedians don't even do that to each other. They just say that was great. As soon as someone says that was great, I'm like, okay.
Well, Mark Steele doesn't watch Elliot come off stage and start going to the car park and start chain smoking, and
Yeah.
Elliot's like, what did you think of my bit about what if the Nazis were around now?
Well, you don't know jokes about chipping them. Why do you make town-specific jokes? I don't know why he sounds like Groucho.
Dad, what did you think when I destroyed that feminist in the crowd? Were you proud of me?
Yeah. I've got all right women. Dad, me mum's one. I know. She's my wife.
It's not.
No?
Anyway.
I don't know Mark Steele's life. I don't know Elliot Steele's life. If you're listening, love to have you both on as guests.
Not at the same time, though.
Same time.
Same time?
Same time.
Yeah, get them both
Like
on.
his fucking drawing. What would it be like to be married to Godzilla, Adam?
To be married to Godzilla, that would be it'd be great actually. He's all about equilibrium, within the like within nature. So he'd always take the bins out, make sure the place is tidy,
Yeah.
do all the dusting. Bit of a rage issue, like
Lives in the sea.
Yeah, lives in the sea, but comes to shore a lot.
Yeah. Absent husband.
Well, I go out to visit him a lot by taking cruise ships, and we use the casino together. So we do that. He likes blackjack. I like roulette.
Well,
Yeah, but he puts on all my favourite numbers
It's
on
like
roulette. Yeah, the tables are
jigsaw.
tables are next to one another, so it's not a problem. He just says like, "Rah," that means hit me. So I play the hands for him. Anyway, so we hang out a lot there. We go fishing, and yeah, we occasionally like fight massive robots together.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Oh, sweet. Right, would you rather be here Miyazaki with Godzilla's hands or Godzilla with Miyazaki's hands?
Definitely Godzilla with Miyazaki's
Godzilla with
hands.
Miyazaki's hands?
You're a huge monster that's capable of like destroying people, but also you're an amazing artist.
But would you ever? But your hands would be so far apart. Could you ever be touching the same piece of paper?
But it
I
could do
think
two
he just
separate
draws
ones.
with one hand. I don't know if Miyazaki's
Oh, no one draws like that.
double-handing it.
Have I revealed myself as an alien? Surely you're drawing with both hands. Okay, Adam.
Yeah, same. I think. Man.
Same?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be an artist just like, unable to live a normal life because you have big Godzilla hands.
Have big, like, four-fingered, like, lizard hands.
Yeah.
Not lizard, sorry. Sort of dinosaur thing.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen your CV. Please come in for an interview. One thing, I have big Godzilla hands.
Yeah, you've lost it at the opening handshake, really,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the interview. Yeah,
Yeah, and that
just
matters,
can't do it.
matters a lot in an interview.
Yeah,
You got to keep it dry, and he's always wet, as we discussed. Comes from the ocean.
because of all the sweating. Because he
And the
knows about
ocean.
the nuclear holocaust.
Because he's a metaphor for trying to ask a girl out on a date, and them saying no, so you kill them. Is that adolescence? I don't know. I don't agree with it. Stephen Graham, you have a lot to answer for. I know you come from the Cracker dynasty, the Graham Cracker. That's in America,
Does
I
he?
think. Yes. Final arguments. Adam, final arguments for Godzilla. Why is he the greatest hero?
Great question, Pat. Thanks. Well, so he's a great hero. He's here to protect Earth against other massive giant monster things. He's just the kind of groovy guy. He made a film with P. Diddy and Jamiroquai on the soundtrack, which that couldn't
Lumping
possibly
them
go
two
wrong.
together is weird. I thought Jamiroquai's fine, right?
Huh? Jamiroquai's fine. Yeah, P. Diddy's fine.
Right. Okay.
This comes out. This comes out after the results of his court case.
Yeah, but I believe Godzilla.
Yeah, no, he's
Was
good.
P
he's
Diddy
good,
the
man.
one that did like the cover of Kashmir
What?
with like Robert Page?
Come with me.
Okay,
Yeah,
so someone
yeah,
else
it
did
is.
with Kashmir. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that one.
Before
Yeah.
we get taken down by Led Zeppelin. You want a proper part? Fuck you. You're my favourite band. Apparently you were rude to my guitar teacher once. Do you know who I am? That's what he said. Anyway, Finlay, why is Hayao Miyazaki your hero? Why is he the best?
He's he's got an undying commitment to making beautiful things,
Mhm.
and he sacrifices his own mental well-being to do it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think there need to be more people that are truly committed to art in that way.
Incredible. We'll be right back
Sounds
after the
great.
break when we put this through the algorithm. Welcome back. The winner is Hayao Miyazaki.
Yes,
Congratulations on the wins.
Well done. Great stuff.
It was a
Great
tough
stuff.
fought
Thanks,
battle, and
man.
honestly,
Cheers.
two of the greatest heroes we've ever seen on this podcast. Welcome back. Finlay, do you have anything to plug? This is out in what, 2 weeks?
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
My
Doing the Fringe?
special will be out soon. Not doing the Fringe.
The special's
Just
out.
go watch the special. It will be cool. I have no idea what it's going to be called yet.
No?
It might be called. It's either going to be. It might be called something like. I might call it like How to Get Clout, or
Nice.
I might call it I Deserve This.
Or
I'm
a
not
farmer.
sure. Or a farmer's good actually.
Yeah. I'm actually doing a special called How to Get Gout. So
How to Get
maybe we
Gout
can
is
release
good.
them on the same day.
Or a farmer is actually quite good. I'm trying to think if I could actually use that.
If you want it, have it.
Or a farmer's really good.
I'm good at tightening stuff. Will that be on your YouTube? Or
Yeah.
So the link will be in the description. Adam.
Just your normal stuff. Come see The Wizard of Ozempic at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. What else am I doing? I'm doing this.
We've got
What-
4X
listen to
comedy
this.
coming up in June and July, do we?
Yeah, look for 4X Comedy. Oh, and of course,
Oh yeah, shit.
come see Hero Complex live. We're going to have to put this on the end of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come see Hero Complex live as part of Big Belly's Big Fat Festival.
The festival we were born to play.
Yeah, it's calorific. It's Ozempic defying, and it might even just be a little bit funny.
Yeah, we're doing that.
We're
on
at the
21st
Rose and
June.
Crown.
Yeah, so go see bigfatfest.com for details.
Cool. Go watch Paris Lee's new show on iPlayer. It's good. I've got nothing to plug myself. I had to get gig in Wimbledon last night, but didn't cancel it because I had toothache. So
Wait, you did a gig yesterday?
no, I had toothache.
Yeah,
If
you
you're
had
listening.
something.
Come
Come on, you're doing really well, man.
thanks, man. No, nothing to plug. Love you. Come to the live show. Thanks again to our guest Finlay Christie.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you. Cheers for
To our
coming,
constant co-host Adam Green.
man. Thanks.
I've been
mate.
Patrick Brosnahan. Ciao.